20 seconds. I got to guess. This is Lucas. Body,
Uh,
body, body. Lucas, what up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How are you, man?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good,
Hey,
man.
hello.
Happy for you, man. Very happy for you. It's been a long journey, and now you're starting to get that spotlight. You know, you got the deal with MVP, and they're finally bringing you back to Canada on the big stage. I know it's not Niagara Falls, but hopefully you can put on the type of performance that'll get MVP to back you and go to Niagara Falls. But I mean, you have to be excited, right?
Yeah, absolutely. The plan was actually to bring it to Niagara, but things didn't work out with the venues and this and that. So for timing, so we ended up just going to Toronto instead. But yeah, man, I got MVP behind me now and pushing for me. So it's great. It's great to have a big promoter behind me.
So what is the plan with the promoter? What have they, I guess, set out for you, you know, or is it just fight by fight and you figure it out as you guys go? Because we know that you're back in Toronto at the resort casino and you're going to be taking on Ryan James Rakasa.
Yep. Yep. So basically, our plan moving forward is to just keep climbing the ranks in both WBA, IBF right now, and we want to position myself at close to the end of the year to get that contender spot or that title shot. So um, right now we're just climbing.
For sure. Are you interested in some of these fights taking place in your division? I just had Floyd Schofield on, and you know, he's going to be facing Shakur in your division. Are you interested in that outcome?
Am I interested in the outcome, like
Yeah,
to face the winner? Is that
in terms of results, not really facing the winner, but obviously if you want the winner, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good fight. I mean, hats off to Schofield for taking that opportunity, so early in his career, young kid. I think it's gonna be an interesting fight at the beginning, but I kind of lean towards Stevenson just because of his experience level, right? He's been in so many world championship fights already. But and this is boxing; anything could happen.
So what do you know about your opponent, man? I see he's a southpaw, and you know that's always tricky. But you're also, you know, orthodox, which sets up your right hand, right? So, what's your thoughts on your opponent? And were you able to find any tape on him?
Yeah, I got a little bit of tape on him just from online, but he's a tough southpaw, strong kid. Um, we wanted to fight a southpaw because, like I said, on the past, Ness, you know this. I'm looking for the big fights, and right now all the champions they're all southpaws.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to get the first southpaw out of the way, get the feeling for it. This kid, he doesn't know how to lose yet, so I'm gonna have to teach him. He's 15-0 with 11 knockouts, so I know he's gonna be strong. He's gonna be tough. But this is another stepping stone for me. I gotta get past this guy to get to the next level.
For sure. So, has anything changed since the win and the signing, or do you feel like it hasn't just yet? You still have a lot of work to do.
Um, as far as like the promotion, I mean, lots of things have
The
changed, right?
promotion, just the promotion financially, the perception from the fans, you know, status, rankings, everything overall. How has life changed from the big upset? You know, we know you got signed, so that's obviously another life changing moment.
Yeah, definitely. Like my status, stuff like that. Like the promotion is obviously been a huge change for me. Um, now I'm exposed to the American market, and that's where it's at. Canada's got a very small boxing community, so I was well known in the Canadian community, but now I'm in the American eyes, and people in America actually know who I am now. I'm becoming a name in the lightweight division.
So was it always in the cards? Did you always know if you beat Ashton, you can get signed to MVP, or did that just come post fight because of how, exciting the fight was?
For me, I knew that I beat this kid and I'm going to become something overnight. I knew it, right? Because he was such a big um, prospect at the time, and they had such high hopes for him. So I knew I'm gonna knock this kid out, and everyone's gonna want me. So I had options after that, and yeah, it worked out. It worked out great doing the deal with MVP because their platform is next level.
Now, you're the main event of the television card, and I know you've been main event in Niagara Falls in the past, but you haven't had the backing of the zone and an MVP to really make this a big fight. Now all eyes are going to be on you. Does that change anything for you in terms of pressure and mindset?
Um, I I don't let that really affect me. I mean, now, yeah, now I'm gonna be the star of the show coming up, so it's a good feeling, but yeah, I'm good under pressure. So that, like I said, it doesn't bother me. I'll be ready.
How many fights are you looking to get before they position you in a title shot? And I only ask because you're 31, and obviously a lot of your years were spent grinding to get to this moment.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm only a couple fights away. I'm only a couple fights away. Could be at the end of this year or early next year. There's so many factors that come into play that it's we don't really know what the future holds. But I'm gonna position myself to hopefully by the end of the year or early next year.
If I offered you these two names, what would your options be for your next fight? Delos Santos or Maxie Hughes? Who would you choose? They're
It all
both
depends on.
WBA.
They're both WBA. Yeah,
They're
it
both
all
ranked in the
depends on.
WBA, and they're both ranked above you. Actually, technically, Maxie is number 5 and Edwin is number 4. You're technically number 7 at the moment.
For me, it's all about the opportunity that comes with it, right? Like at the end of the day, we want the big fights, and I don't think anyone's really scared of anybody. It all just depends on the opportunity and if it makes sense business wise.
Now, normally I would tell a person, man, if you sign with Jake Paul, you can get that big fight, and I don't think that's changed for you. Um, do you believe that Jake can position you to get a Tank fight specifically, who is the WBA champion? But he and Tank have a lot of back and forth. Do you feel that that would make Tank fight you, or do you think that because Jake and Tank actually go back and forth, Tank might not give you an opportunity, being as though you're
I
an
think
fighter?
I think that will favor me in getting the fight. Jake's gonna be like, "Yo, you want to fight me? You got to fight my guy first, right?" He's top 10 in the light in WBA right now in the lightweight division. So get past him, and then maybe they could do a catch weight. But it, I think it. Jake holds weight in boxing right now, so it's definitely to my benefit.
It
Do
is.
you
It
think
is.
Gervonta Tank Davis is right for the picking right now, being that he got 1 foot in the game and 1 foot out?
Sorry, can you repeat that question?
Do you think he's right for the picking right now? Because Tank says he's thinking about retirement. He promised Al Heyman he'll quit the game. Do you think it's this the perfect time to catch Tank and be like, "Yo, run this squabble now. I can cook. I can cook him right now because mentally he's not in it."
Yeah, I don't know if that's just a decoy. He's just kind of talking trash, or he's serious about it. But if he's definitely serious about it, for sure, because if his head's not in it, man, like this is the time to get him, right? It's hard to get out of bed when you got millions of dollars in the bank.
Facts.
Lucas, back in October, Robert Garcia said that you were allegedly in negotiations with Keyshawn Davis. Was that ever the case? And are you currently in negotiations for a future fight with Keyshawn?
No, we never got any offers to fight Keyshawn. Uh, and no, there's no future talk as of right now. In the future, I don't doubt it. He's an upcoming star in the lightweight division, so it could definitely happen in the future. I was in his last camp when he fought that Argentinian kid. I did some work with him, so he knows who I am. That's for sure.
How'd that
So
sparring go?
It was great. It was great sparring.
tell him.
Anything you want to share about it, or keep it under wraps?
Uh, it was good technical sparring. I don't think he realized
I
how good
mean,
of a boxer I really was.
is he gonna do an interview saying he got the best of you? Because that's what he does, right? He talks about the sparring with Tio and the sparring with Abdullah and the sparring with Tank Davis specifically. So these kids, they don't go into sparring as work. It's like they win or they lose. This
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He's a big talker and he likes to talk and try to get in your head. So I wouldn't doubt it.
okay. Um. So obviously Tank Davis is going to be taking on Lamont Roach. What's your thoughts on Tank bringing up a champion from the weight class below versus giving one of you guys an opportunity? And what do you think about Lamont's chances in that fight? Who are you picking?
Lamont's a great fighter, but I haven't watched too much on him, so it's hard for me to give my own opinion on the fight. But that's what Tank does. Like they got great matchmaking, and it's hard to lean towards Lamont just because what Tank's done in the past.
So the last prediction I want to get is William Zepeda Tevin Farmer. You're fighting a southpaw to get ready. Zepeda has been on a 4-fight southpaw streak, and now this will be the 5th one, I believe, which obviously is the second fight with Tevin. Did you have Tevin beating him? And who do you think wins this rematch?
Zepeda's a southpaw himself too, right? Or is he Orthodox?
No, he's orthodox, but his last
He
3
is.
opponents have been southpaws.
Okay, okay. I watched the Tevin fight. Um, it was an unbelievable fight, actually. Very entertaining. I didn't watch it to score it, so I don't really know. I can't really say, one guy won, but it was an extremely close fight. Um, Man, Tevin, he really performed. It's hard when the guy's on you like that, especially a guy like Zepeda. That guy's an animal. But he was able to roll with the punches and counter. It was a very close fight, and I'm actually looking forward to watching the rematch.
Yeah, so I was right the first time. This will be his, even though Farmer would be a rematch, it'll be the 5th Southpaw straight. So he, like you, was getting prepared to fight one of the bigger names in that, that are Southpaw, preferably, I guess, a Tank or a Shakur. If you had the option to pick which Southpaw, Zepeda, Shakur, or Tank, which one you taking?
Tank.
Is it because obviously, even though there's risk, he's just the bigger fight? Or do you think
Yeah,
you'll get more respect for beating Tank versus beating a Shakur or a Zepeda?
yeah, absolutely. Everyone looks at Tank. He's the face of boxing. He's the man, right? And that you want to be the man. You got to beat the man. So that's why I'm picking Tank.
Mm. And I guess the other one in that welterweight, we got to Zepeda. Did you give an official pick on Keyshawn and Baranchek?
No, I didn't. I'm gonna have to say either a UD for Keyshawn or a late stoppage. I have a hard time thinking he's gonna stop him, but if it does come, it's gonna be late.
And I guess the last one is I know fighters will fight anybody, but Does it make sense for you, Lucas Bahdi, to fight Andy Cruz in your mind?
Right now, no. If he becomes something, yes.
Perfect, perfect. Well, Lucas, man, thank you for the time. You guys have anything? I mean, nobody jumped in that much. I know, Tone, you did. You
Oh yeah.
good?
What was the energy around the MVP camp when y'all thought y'all was about to get that Canelo fight?
I was super excited. I'm not gonna lie. I was praying that Jake had that locked and loaded, but just
Did you
because
put
obviously.
on the undercard? That's why. Did you think like maybe I could get on the undercard if he locks it in?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I thought, you know what, it's gonna be trickling down to me. I'll be on that undercard. I'll get some crazy exposure. I'd be super happy, right? But Canelo obviously went a different route. He got a big bag in his face and couldn't say no. So it is what it is, man.
I have a
But there'll be bigger opportunities. I know. I know Jake's gonna come up with something. That guy's a genius.
I was just going to ask, during when that was all about to happen, because it was obviously, I guess, term sheet signed or whatever it was that was signed. Were you guys, and I know this is a tough, weird question because, you're in his camp, but was the overall feeling like he's going to beat Canelo, or was it like, fuck it, you're going to get this shot, we'll see what happens?
Don't answer that,
Like I
Roddy.
never.
Don't answer that. You don't need to be put in that predicament. You know.
Well, I'll be honest. I never talked to anyone um, on the MVP team about the fight. So it
Oh,
wasn't even. Yeah, it's not like I was like he's taking the fight just to get the fight, or he's taking the fight to win the fight. But man, Jake's a competitor, bro. He fights to win. He's not going to go in there just to get a payday. He doesn't need the payday.
yeah, no, and absolutely. I gave him a lot of respect for taking that fight at this stage of his career. You know what I mean? That would have been a tough challenge. So give him respect for that.
So boy,
Absolutely.
my boy at the hangout spot in Florida is saying to ask you, what's the 3-piece in a biscuit?
That was the Ashton Silva knockout.
When y'all all together, the MVP camp, like, does Ashton Silv like give you the side eye? Like, it's like
You ain't
he done
shit, man.
he done took my spot, like, because essentially, like, you took Ashton's spot. Like, is he allowed to sit at the table with y'all? Is he getting the Uber XL? Is he getting a regular Uber?
Oh, Jesus.
Tone is he's such a bad guy, bro.
I honestly haven't seen him since, so
Damn.
but
So
Yeah, and
I'm
but
sure
congrats
I
on
would
I'm
that.
sure
I know that
I'm
was a
sure
while
you
ago, but that was a nasty knockout. Congrats.
I'm sure you
thank you,
see
brother.
hits back and forth with Tank though, right? And Tank using your knockout to shame him.
Yeah, yeah, I seen that. A bunch of people were sending it to me.
Yo,
Hey,
since I got Bomac listening over here, he's over here listening. What's up, Bomac? How's the fight with you and Keyshawn play out?
Well, me and Keyshawn,
Oh yeah.
I think that ends up being an interesting fight, man. It's boxer versus puncher.
So who's the puncher?
He is.
Well, I'm of course the puncher.
I mean,
Of course.
technically, Keyshawn got the bigger knockout. I mean,
Yeah, but
Gustavo's
but
was
my
more
man Lucas
established
has
than
an
Ashton.
83% knockout ratio, which is excellent. Excellent.
I mean, hey,
Yeah, he's super sharp, man. He caught him coming in. It was a beautiful, beautiful knockout. His last
that
his
wasn't the
last
first time. Remember, he
one.
caught him with the step back right hand to drop him early in the fight. So I don't know. I mean, he seems like he got power.
You know what? With little gloves, everyone's got power. You just got to hit him at the right time, right place. And he did, man. He's got great timing, and great accuracy. It was a fucking perfect shot when he landed that. So
And he,
hats
and
off
he
to
had
him.
the most running at him the whole time, so he was doubling up with the momentum. That power triples, right? With that momentum.
Exactly. He walked him right into it. It was a beautiful shot.
What advantages do you think you have over Keyshawn?
I'm a much stronger guy than him. I'm
So
a much
does
stronger
that mean,
guy, and
does that mean you feel naturally bigger than him, or just you mean natural strength?
He's tall. He's tall. I just think I'm the naturally I'm the stronger guy.
And did you get that impression because of like being in the clinch with him or feeling his power on your gloves? Like what exactly gives you that impression?
Well, I don't think there's many guys that are going to be stronger than me in the lightweight division. Just I'm a strong dude.
Mm, all right. Well, those are my last, man. I kept you longer because of these guys. Anything else you guys got before we up out of here?
No, I'm good, man. Next
I'm good,
fight.
man. Yeah,
Lucas,
respect.
appreciate you as always, man. Very happy for you. I hope you capitalize on
Thank you, brother.
it, man.
I appreciate you, man.
Is uh is
you've been
David still with
supporting me since the start.
you? Yeah, of course, man. Never forget. Listen, is David still with you, or is it just you and Phil now?
Yep. Dave and Phil both with me.
Shout out, Dave. All right, brother. Take it easy, man.
Thank you, guys.
All
Take
right.
care, man.
There you have
Peace.
it, ladies and
Peace.
gentlemen. Lucas